Welcome to the Real Talk with Missy and Fabio.
The honest side of real estate with all you must know to survive in this market.
Hello everyone, welcome to our new show. We have today a great guest. It's a friend of mine for like a year, 2 years, maybe that, I don't know. But I think, this is one of the guys that's been helping the community for so many years. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he's born and raised here in Fredericksburg.
We're going to
find that out now. And he loves to play golf. He's going to be our teacher.
Oh, that's a
He's gonna be the
big
teacher.
chore, my man.
I'll see what I can do.
Oh, I'm bad.
So we have today Marty Johnson. It's kind of hard for me to say Marty.
You say Martin.
Martin.
Oh, I'm going to say like a UK. Martin
Martin
Johnson.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
So,
Welcome.
this is the Missy and Fabio
Oh, I forgot to say
show,
that.
and we really would love for you all to subscribe and push the button for the bell also. And if we have anything that comes up, then y'all will be the first to know.
Yeah, that's true.
So, Mr. Marty Johnson, tell us about you.
Well, in fact, I am born and raised in
my
Fredericksburg.
Are you
God.
kidding me? You're like the only person on earth.
No. There are a couple of us here, not too many.
Where were you born?
I was born
In Mary Washington?
I was born in the original Mary Washington, the one that is now the Chamber of Commerce building.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
long time
that's
exciting.
a
ago.
few years. That was a few years.
Yep,
That's
1974. I'm dating
Okay.
myself now,
That's
literally.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'm actually fourth generation Fredericksburg.
So
Goes
what
all
did
the
your
way back.
parents do?
My father actually worked for Spotsylvania County.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, when I was born, she was a bank teller, and then she became a stay-at-home mom when I was born.
So women were bank tellers and doing all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And even in the 70s, I mean, it was a stay-at-home thing for the moms,
It
really.
was. It was convenient for me. I mean, my dad. I'm an only child. It was nice to have, my parents around, and
Nice.
getting
An
spoiled
only
rotten.
child,
spoiled
too.
rotten.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
So what do you do, Marty?
What don't I do?
Oh, that's what I want to know.
No, I have. I focus on marketing and connecting clients to, businesses to clients. That's really what my passion is. I do like local. I like community. I'm really community focused. 24 years in marketing and advertising now. So many different avenues that I've been down. Everything from small web development back in the very, very early stages of web back in the late 90s. I started a little side hustle as a web developer while I was working with Capital One.
Oh, very cool.
And helped. That's where I actually got my business to business experience and started building those local relationships
So
with that.
Capital One, were you HR or
Capital
what
One, I
did
was
you-
actually in telesales, which was a test market for every product that they offered. And
That's
I
what
got,
we're supposed to be doing, right?
yeah.
Calling people.
But I
They
hate
called
that.
me.
Oh, okay, okay.
But then
Oh,
I got
that's cool.
cross-trained in direct banking and some of the banking aspects, and banking really wasn't for me. But I stayed with them as long as I could, and took a different route. After that, got into marketing and advertising. Like I said, I had that little side hustle, working business to business, growing relationships. And after I left Capital One, I actually went on to work with the Freelance Star, local company here.
Oh, okay.
Yep, did advertising sales up until I got out about 6 years afterwards. Got some great experience in advertising that way, and learned different ways to, I knew how the radio worked, I knew how the TV worked, I knew how direct mail worked. So I picked up on a lot of different aspects in marketing at that point, and ended up moving into a marketing agency role after that, marketing agency and PR firm here in Fredericksburg. Did a lot up north, and ultimately today I run my own agency and does a lot with strategic marketing. But all in all,
Strategery. Again,
Strategery.
2 days in a row.
I don't even want to say that word.
You can say it.
No, I know.
I
don't wanna
love
say
so strategery is kind of an Air Force
yeah,
slang
strategy,
kind of thing.
strategery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you doing today? Strategery.
Strategery.
Well, everybody's saying now that our main job is really to be a marketing.
We're not realtors,
Not
we're marketing.
realtors. Marketing guys.
Everything is marketing, because without marketing, you don't really have business. You don't
Correct.
have customers, which means you don't have business. And a lot of people don't know the difference between marketing and advertising. I try and help people understand that also.
And what is the difference?
Well, the difference, marketing is your whole overview. It's yourself, it's your being, it's your brand, it's who you are, it's why people invest their time and money into you. Advertising is more of a call to action, right now type thing. I'm
Right.
having a sale, you need to buy this right now.
Right.
I'm going to advertise to you to do that. marketing is more top of mind awareness and really figuring out, who you are in the marketplace, and ultimately having somebody remember you when there is a time to purchase what you offer.
So isn't it, to me, it's like huge for all of us to brand ourselves.
Yes.
We don't want to be the corporate entity that we work for, and I think that has all just recently kind of moved into the brand your own self, get rid of your corporate email, get rid of the everything. You still have to have them on the sign a little bit, but I think it's imperative for people to figure out who their people are.
You're exactly right.
Who do you want to appeal to, and how are you going to get there? Because you can't make everybody happy, no matter how hard you try.
And opportunities pop up. I mean, people move companies. If they move that company and you are that company image, that's when it all stops.
Yeah.
You have to regrow that. So I do talk to a lot of my clients that are working with other companies to start doing that branding for themselves. I know that they're kind of handcuffed sometimes, and the company doesn't want them to brand themselves over the overall brand of the company, but you do have to do that, and that's where you can kind of get into community, getting people to really know who you are versus what you offer through the sales role that you're a part of.
One of the things that I always to me, it's kind of hard when they say you have to find the client that you're really looking for.
Because you want to please everybody.
Yeah, but I
I
don't
got
know.
fired the other day, and they kept him.
Well, he's good at what he does.
No, he says, "Yes, ma'am," and I'm like, "No, that's wrong."
Well, it's not really.
He doesn't. He's the good guy. I'm the bad guy. A lot of times.
Good cop, bad cop.
I guess.
It works
I
though.
guess.
I mean, it works.
Don't go pushing you around, please.
But it's kind of hard to find out who's going to be your
people.
target to people, the people.
That's exactly right. And I always try and use the analogy, you got to speak the right message to the right time to the right people, or it falls flat.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies go out there with a shotgun approach. And that's almost like trying to sell Pepsi to a Coca-Cola drinker. It never works.
So what do you mean by a shotgun approach?
They think that message fits everybody.
I see.
And in fact, you have
Okay.
to segment your message down. You have to segment your business down to speak that language to that right person. I like to use it with, nonprofits have that problem a lot because they have so
don't
many
wanna
different
step on
segments to their
anybody's
business.
toes.
But also, you speak differently to a volunteer or a donor
Right.
than you do to somebody that actually needs that nonprofit services. If the message is the same, you're not going to hit on all of the
I
things
like
that are
that.
going to appeal
I like that.
to people.
Let me give you a different way. Let's say I don't pick my target, but I want to be myself, so the people target me instead of I'm looking for the market that I need to. If I am myself,
You want to have a magnet,
that's what I'm talking about.
a Fabio magnet.
Well, I don't know my magnet, but I just want to
You
say
are
that
a
mean,
magnet.
that's what we do.
He is
I
a
mean,
magnet.
that's the whole
and that's the
thing.
whole about branding yourself.
Well, it's about
People
putting
are gonna
yourself out there,
migrate.
too.
People are going to migrate to you because of who you are when you're branding yourself versus, branding a company.
But at the same time, sometimes it's kind of hard for you because you don't know sometimes what to do, what you should do to be better in the process of marketing yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there's always improvement. I mean, it's constant improvement. It's like with anything. It's like when you go work for a company, you want to learn as much as you can about that company
First.
and what they do, and just be a student of your profession.
Correct.
If you
So
will.
if we have, if you have a new client, what's the first things you want them? A couple things that you want them to consider when you're starting to help them go down the right path.
Well, I go through a questionnaire with them to find out where they are in business first.
Okay.
I mean, if they're in business, I find out what they've done already.
Okay.
So we can see if that was effective and efficient. And then if they're new in business, we start setting some guidelines about what is priority right now. What do you need to be doing right now that is going to be the best use of your time and your budget
To make money.
to make money and bring in that? And once you focus on that and you find out the one thing that is really creating the best results for them, you focus on that. There are always going to be other things.
There's so many things right now.
And that's the
I mean, it's
problem.
like the shiny object
Yep.
syndrome
Yeah,
for all of us. Me, I'm the worst. He knows he saved me probably about $30,000 already.
And that's
once.
exactly how I
You
talk
know.
to my clients as well. I find out everybody wants everything right now. You open a business, you want to have the wrapped vehicles, all of the company apparel, the swag, everything. And if you do that, you're going to end up blowing your budgets.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be able to take advantage of something that comes on down the road, like a industry-specific trade show that could provide you with hundreds of qualified referral sources or prospects, and you're not going to be able to take advantage of it because you've already blown your budget on everything else that might not have been the best priority at that time. It could have waited. So that's kind of the road that I go down with my clients. Find out where they are, find out what they need, and pair them up with the resources that can get those needs taken care of.
Do you do like a personality test and everything? It seems like everybody wants to do our personality test. I'm like, really, you can't figure out by talking to me for 5 seconds.
Personality tests, they are big. And I've actually just met a woman that has come into the Fredericksburg market, and she's pretty fascinating with everything. And, it's another aspect, and it actually is another resource that I can offer my clients by just having them work with her. So that's what I do. I play matchmaker a lot.
Well,
I find the
you
different
and Phil.
resources out there.
You and Phil.
Phil and I do a lot of the same stuff, and we do a lot of different stuff.
Right.
Phil is actually the face of many businesses that actually pay him to go out and promote them in the open market.
Correct.
I'm more
You're not
behind
that.
the scenes.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Very interesting. So, like the newer businesses are coming into town, and we can aim them to you, or do they know that you're the marketing king? You're the guy that. How do people know about you?
I'm involved in several different organizations. I am involved with the Chamber of Commerce. I talk with businesses there. I'm involved with the Fredericksburg Area Builders Association and work with them. I have my own networking organization that meets on Thursdays.
I know.
And then
every Thursday.
At 11.
every single Thursday,
11:30.
11:30 on Thursdays at Castilla's, and it's a great group. And, it's a great launch pad for businesses that are looking to get into networking, and they don't know if they want to invest in those organizations quite yet. They just kind of want to get their feet wet. There's always a great rotation of different people there.
Yes. So
Like today, I just came from
I was going to say, tell everybody a little bit how you operate that. I think it's very cool.
Well, it's a very loose collar, open format networking. I like to call it a launch pad for networking, to really figure out how to network first, and then where to go to get involved in some of those more closed seat groups where they have exclusive industry positions, or even joining an organization like the Chamber or the Builders Association, FAR, all of those organizations. You really need to know how to network first, and that's what I kind of like to teach.
So
tell people
at
we
your
don't.
lunch, you give your business cards, and then everybody gets a chance to visit.
And let me tell you, because I go once in a while to the network.
He pops in and out.
When he remembers.
I did some business with some people that they already, I didn't have any refer back, but I gave it to some people that I worked with them, which it was a great experience, because when my client asked me for that service, I didn't even know what I was going to do it.
Right.
Then I remember, oh my God,
Great. It's great to have in your quiver. It's a nice arrow to
And that's
have.
what we're like you all too. We are a referral source or resource for our clients, each of them, and they've been vetted most often. And whether we're not going to refer them, or we definitely will refer them again.
And one of the most important is because there are people from here.
Yes.
So you are helping people from the community. That's going to be
Community, local, supporting local.
That's going to be even a lot
reputable
better.
local resources. Yes. And it's awesome. We go in, we have 30 minutes of meet and greet, and just kind of like chatting back and forth, and then we go in to our 30-second profiles or minute-long
So
profiles.
people get a chance to speak and
They
introduce
do.
themselves.
And one of the ways that people fall short on that is they think everybody wants to hear everything that they do. And it has to be concise. You need to have your elevator pitch, so to speak, because it's not about learning everything about you in that short time. It's about setting up meetings afterwards and really getting to know these resources and really how to become that qualified referral resource for that business.
Okay. Very good.
The last time I went over there, it took me
They told you to
25
be
minutes.
quiet?
No, it took me 25 minutes to explain everything I do.
He was very good.
No,
he
you
actually,
didn't.
The
Did
last
you
time,
really?
No.
No.
Not
Okay.
at all. He never does that. And last time was actually the shortest profile that I've ever heard anybody say. My name's Fabio. I'm in real estate. Have a great day.
Where's lunch?
No, but because I think this, like you say, it's not really about me, because we need to know each other. So nobody want to.
Everyone loves to say, "I got a guy for that."
Yeah.
Yes.
I need a landscaper. Great, I got a guy for that. Let me introduce you to
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy. And that's what it's all about. And when you do that, people are not searching the internet endlessly to find these resources and find out that they're not going to fit.
You can't
So you have
trust
these
them. Oh,
close-knit
that's right. They
people.
won't show up,
Right.
and it's just everybody's so busy right now too.
Absolutely.
So it's crazy.
A lot of
Well, what do you see? Speaking of
Expectations need
busy
to be
with
managed.
COVID, how did everything change in your eyes
it was
over the last couple of years?
it was kind of scary when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody shut down. We didn't know what to do. A lot of my clients, we had to put everything on pause because no one really knew what the next move was going to be. They didn't know how to shift yet because no one had ever dealt with anything like
Correct.
that before. So it was a big pause.
Right.
And then working with businesses and finding out, is it something that we can do virtually now? Is it something that we need to really focus on content creation, things like that, and really shift to social media or shift to a web-based platform or shift to video? I mean, video got huge. But yeah, everybody shifted.
Well, I think
Programs were
some
developed.
people did. Like Will, a food truck. He went to a certain neighborhood on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and everybody was looking forward to them. They made more wonderful connections, and because it was kind of out of the box thinking.
Absolutely.
And like over at Cape Charles, where I run away to a lot of times, they only have one main street of commercial, and they were so afraid that the whole thing was just going to
go.
die.
Yeah.
But what happened is everybody moved over there. They rented the full year seasonal rentals because they had two little private schools there. They could keep their kids in school, and now they can work from anywhere.
That's right.
So that town just blew up. So, and it's just out of the box thinking.
It
You know,
is.
they had the charcuterie lady, she delivered, the wine people delivered, or they would fix their lunches and have them in boxes for people to swing by and pick up.
Exactly. It's all about that shift. It's coming up with ways to endure something like that. And if it happens again, you're set. Unless something completely different happens. But still, it has given us some experience in a shutdown, so to speak,
Yeah.
and really
I think goodness came out of it. A lot of ugly came along with, but a lot of goodness came
Absolutely.
out of it.
There's a lot of banding together.
Yeah.
And
Neighborhood
doing things a little differently.
and our company obviously is virtual.
Yeah.
EXP has been virtual for almost 16 years now, and it started in Bellingham, Washington.
Yeah.
And the guy was a Microsoft geek. Glenn Sanford was a Microsoft geek. So he went to KW and he's like, this shit's archaic. Why are we doing business this way?
Absolutely.
And so he went back and, it wasn't an overnight success. It was
Everything's a
something that
process.
developed
Yeah,
and
it's a big
developed
process.
and developed,
Mhm.
And to this day, I think now we have 88,000 agents
In the whole world.
internationally.
Yeah.
And that's great. Everybody's wanting that instant. That's the problem. And that's the one thing that I'm
Yeah.
always talking to
They
people
ain't
about.
happening.
Everything is a process.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
cannot do it. Jeff Bezos was sitting in his garage for a number of
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
All of them
Before
were.
he
They
was
all
on
started
that-
in the garages,
Before he was
right?
on that spaceship.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. But you have something that is very interesting, the tools that you use for the network. Can you
Okay.
explain a little bit about that?
You're talking about Key to the City.
Yes.
Okay, Key to the City. Speaking of COVID.
Is he excited?
No, speaking about that is something that actually came out of COVID.
Yes.
I was doing a 6-month contract with a local moving company. And I was working with them to kind of align with different resources and really get more to a relationship role, stand out as a moving company, something that other moving
I love
companies weren't doing. So I came up with a vendor program for them. And it was as easy as just handing out a little, 5x9 rack card that just had resources on them for new people moving into the area that didn't have resources. So developed that for them, and then I got to thinking after that contract was up, I was like,
Light bulb.
why doesn't Fredericksburg have something like this?
great.
It's essentially a directory,
Yeah, it is.
but it's very easily accessed via a QR code on the back of a key tag. Everybody
Nice.
always has their keys.
Yes.
Everybody always has their phone.
It's not a heavy
So-
thing to carry.
No,
Right.
no.
Right.
If I knew I would have one, I don't even know if I have one today. I don't think I brought one with me.
Oh, I don't
You
have
one on
the
your
same
keys?
car. No,
Anyway.
I don't have that.
But anyway, it's a little scannable QR code on the key tag, and it just puts that user in front of hundreds of different resources
love
that
it.
have been vetted. They're reputable. They're local
Are we on it?
resources. Y'all are.
I am.
He is. But yeah, it's semi-exclusive. There's a maximum of 5 businesses per classification. So we
Okay.
only have a maximum of 5 landscapers, 5 plumbers, 5
That's
electricians. Because we want to be able to give options, but it doesn't, not everybody qualifies for
Right,
it. We
right.
vet these businesses.
Right.
We want these businesses that say, you know, if you're a deck builder, if you can't get to that client, they say, hey, you know, if you can wait 3 weeks, we would love to get out to you. If not,
Right.
you know,
Next.
there are 4 other businesses on this program. It's like a fraternity.
I love it.
There's more than enough business to go around,
Mhm.
but it's an added value resource that you can hand to people that are coming
Yeah.
into the area. Hey, if
That's
you need
great.
landscaping, if you need a plumber, if you need a doctor, go here first because they're vetted and reputable. Don't
Right.
go to Google because you never know what you're going to get.
Dr. Google
Dr. Google.
can
That's
mess
right.
with your head.
But yeah, it's great, and that actually, like I said, came out of COVID. It was a little shift, and it was an idea that popped into my head, and it's great. We're about a year and a half in now, have close to 200 resources on there,
Nice.
and in May, I launched Key to the City RVA. So focusing on the Richmond market the same way as Fredericksburg. So
Nice.
my hopes are to just, you know, continue through the different municipalities and localities and continue just dropping that and giving those localities those resources. So it cuts out the guesswork. It saves them time, money, and resources.
Are the
and effort.
chambers supporting you then? How are you working your way through that?
Chamber, I'm with the chamber. Chamber is not connected with Key to the City.
Oh, okay.
So,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
there are people in the businesses
That
like
are there.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Builders Association has done some things with us.
Mm-hmm.
Nonprofits are great on there. We do have a section for nonprofits, but check it out. It's Key to the City, fxbg.com. If you need resources, you can just go there. It's an internal search, also a categorized list. You can just click through it. If you see something that is not available on there, let me know. I'll reach out to the businesses that I know that we can get on there.
That would be awesome.
That's right.
I think that's a great resource for the new people coming to town.
I've been sending mail out those.
Nice.
You
I
have.
like
You've
it.
been mailing them out to everybody.
I like it.
Yeah, I have an idea.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be a little bit different.
Uh-oh.
So I think as a marketing, I just want you to tell me if it's a good idea. We're thinking about we're going to have
No,
a
you
day.
know the rest of the world is going to see this.
Oh, they can take it.
Okay.
I'm going to give it to you guys.
You better trademark it.
No,
Copyright.
it's just a really funny.
Yes.
So I was thinking about we're going to have a day playing golf.
Oh.
So I don't have any,
Golf clubs?
yeah, anything like that. So
I have a,
me
I
and
have
you,
a
we have
softball
to.
bat.
Me and you, we have to
probably hit it
go
further than me.
buy some clothes. But I don't think I'm going to be playing for.
Clothes for golf course.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, this
What do
is
you
not.
have on?
No, this is not an outfit.
This
for it.
is.
Yes.
That polo shirt's
That's what I
nice.
told him.
Yeah,
He's
but
so
I like
those
prepped
pants.
It's
out.
more like a lot of different. We have to go. So we're gonna
Okay.
go to Goodwill, and buy our outfit because I know we're gonna use one time, and we're not gonna use it again.
No. We're gonna get you back out there again. But Goodwill
No, but
does have some good
The
clothing.
clothing is all
The
he's worried
clothing,
about one
yeah,
time.
yeah. I don't know.
All right, Fabio.
It's gonna be cheap, so we can do that video,
be
and then we. And I'm gonna
he's
bring my
frugal.
cigar,
That's
and
what
I'm gonna
he
bring my
says.
cigar and a few can of beer, so we can,
Yeah,
if
you
I don't
need-
play good,
You need that
just
swing
gonna be
lube.
sitting,
It's
yeah.
called swing
You
lube.
get, well, you get
or
loosened
aiming
up.
fluid.
Yes, yes. So where do you like to play? Where's your favorite place?
I'm actually a member at Lee's Hill. Have been for a number of
okay,
years.
good.
And
Good,
you know,
good.
it's a steady, good shaped course. I play at Fawn Lake a number of times.
Mm-hmm.
I play at Fredericksburg Country Club. I play all the courses around here, really.
Okay.
And depends
Where are
on
we
the
gonna
day.
go?
Well, we're gonna do a video
probably go to
from
Lee's
the
Hill.
best,
Lee's Hill.
the best. How do you call it? The best court around Fredericksburg
Okay.
to play golf because
There's a lot
people,
of them.
there's a lot of people that want to move over here,
But
but
there's a lot of courses too.
oh,
There are a
we're
lot
gonna
of
say a
courses.
few three, and then we
Okay.
go.
Okay.
We don't have to go all the way.
My husband is a big Mattapanai guy.
I
We
like
can bring
that
him
up
so
in
they
my
can
spring.
I love
Springs.
They can
Mattapanai.
play
Yeah.
golf, and we can start having beer and
Yes.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
go to the clubhouse.
I'll be the
19th
beer
hole.
wench.
No, I'm gonna see. I'm still gonna stay with you guys. I know I'm gonna be a pain in the butt.
Just don't hit me.
No.
Marty,
I'll-
what one more thing? What's the one most important thing you want to share with the rest of the world right now? I mean, we all feel the reason we're doing this is because it's about relationships right now. Even a contract that we accept, we third degree it down to the agent, the lender, the title agency. Who are they using? Because it takes the village
Yeah.
to close a deal for
It
sure.
absolutely does.
So that's what we want to really just draw from this: relationships and growth. and-
That's exactly right. I mean, it all comes down to relationships when you really think about it. I mean, you are who your network is.
Yes.
Networking is huge to me. I mean, networking. I was never into networking prior to going to the Freelance Star. That's what got me into networking. I
Okay.
was green at networking. I was a deer in the headlights when I was speaking in front of a room. But, you know, you have to learn from that. And you have to learn what networking actually is. Networking is not always about doing business across the table with the people in your networking group.
Right.
It's you being a valuable resource. Everybody knows hundreds, if not thousands, of people that you don't know.
Right.
And if you can keep that in mind and not saying, hey, buy from me.
Yeah.
It's who can I introduce you
Yeah,
to
that's
that can
true.
buy from you.
That's true.
That might be a great resource for you. And if you do that enough times, you become the most connected person out there. And
love
that's a
that.
very strong place to be, because if you're the connector, you're ultimately connected.
Yeah.
If you're the connector, you're ultimately connected.
That's a Marty.
I like that.
Well,
That's a
I like that.
Martyism. We're gonna quote
And then
that
I'm
one.
also going to give you
I'm gonna
one
take
more.
that one.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna
There's
steal that
always
one.
so many different other people, and this is the last thing. I mean, there's so many different people that do the same things as everybody else, and I always preach this. And yes, I do preach it in my networking group. It is about collaboration, not competition.
Hey,
You got it.
Find
man.
out-
I
you
got the
find out-
T-shirt. I should have worn it today.
I saw you wearing that.
I love it.
But I've been saying that for years, because you see these people that are threatened by others in their industry, and instead of aligning with them and forming alliances and figuring out that you can be much bigger value to everybody.
You hear that, real estate agents?
That's right, real estate agents, listen up. They're not paying me to say this. But yeah, you have to find ways to align, because you become a much better resource, and you bring much more value to the table.
That's true.
When you align and you're not adversaries.
Absolutely.
And we need each other.
Well,
That's
and it's not like there's not enough business. And people identify with Fabio that don't identify with me, obviously. I mean, and everybody
That's
has...
right. You said you got fired.
I got fired, but whatever. I told the lady to clean her vent. She didn't like that.
Well, you know.
Fabio was having a fit.
I
She
saw her
goes,
face and I
"Did
said, "Oh
she
my
say-"
gosh, what she's doing?"
But I think it's so important for all of us, truly, to share our knowledge level. I mean, the level of expertise in our profession right now is absolutely pitiful.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of the higher level, or I would say the older people that have been in the business, that are seasoned, that know what they're doing, are just leaving the business. They're not mentoring. They're not sharing their boots in the ground experience, which breaks my heart. So I really feel like that's like the one thing that you and I really want to leave behind is some boots on the ground. So if anybody ever needs any help, same deal. It's about relatitions. It's like bringing each
Just
other
shout.
up.
In
Bringing
Spanish
each
or
other's
English.
up. How do you
Just
say it in
come-
Spanish?
Just llámanos. Atención, que estamos por ayudar.
It's as easy as that.
Oh, but Marty, thank you.
Thank you
I
so
love
much for
it.
having me.
Your hands are cold.
Muchas
Yeah,
gracias.
muchas
That's what happens when I get frightened.
Oh, there you
Voy a empezar a hablar en español. Muchas gracias, Martín. Martín, muchas gracias, Martín.
There you go.
I love it. All right, you guys, this is our wonderful interview here with Marty, and we want to thank all of y'all for tuning in. If you have questions, put them in the comments, and then we will get back to you as soon as we can, answer any questions, and we'd love your suggestions and your love. Thank
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
See y'all.
So glad you joined us today.
Please message us on Facebook, and Fabio and I will respond to all your questions as soon as possible,
Find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast.
or anywhere you listen to your podcast.